The topic of today is about leveling up. Leveling up. What does that mean to you? Leveling up. To me, man, is about being on your A game, making the best happen for you. And I'm talking about in your personal life. So let's start with your personal life, right? When I say leveling up, that's really getting to know the inside of you. What ticks you off, what motivates you, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. And once you know these things, you got to master that, right? Because you don't want to lose control and get angry every time somebody disagree with you. So when I say leveling up, I'm saying as a grown man, as a grown woman, it's time to level up and stop making excuses and stop playing games. It's about leveling up as a whole complete person. You level up as a grown man and you level up as a woman. You know, sometimes you hear people say, that person made me mad, right? We should not give power to another person to make you mad, angry, or anything. Yeah, we're going to disagree with stuff that, people do and stuff that people say. It's going to rub us the wrong way, but we still have to be accountable for our actions, right? We got to control our emotions and how we feel and respond to things. So, yeah, it's no excuse to say he made me mad or she made me mad. Today is about leveling up in your life. Make better decisions for you. Stop really thinking about what other people think or feel. I'm not saying to be disrespectful to others. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, man, it's about you. It's time to love you, take care of you, do what's best for you in this process of leveling up. So that's the personal part. I got more on it, but I'm gonna go ahead over to the business part. And business can be your personal business. It can even be your job. That's your business. Make sure you are handling your business, your job. If you got a job, make sure you come to work on time. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? You being respectful on the job. I'm not saying be perfect, an angel. I'm not saying none of that, but level up even on your job and especially with your own business. I know sometimes they label black people, that's why I don't shop with black people because they don't do right. Man, let's prove them wrong. Let's even level up with our own businesses, man. Be professional, treat people right. There's a time and a place for everything. So even on the business level, we need to level up. And as I said, your business can be whether it's your job, whatever you're doing, to earn an honest living, that's your business. So do the best, be the best you can be an example to others, treat people fair, don't try to cheat people. All that is in the process of leveling up, man. And it's so important for us to level up because leveling up is going to benefit you, right? When you level up, it will benefit you because now people are going to want to deal with you. They're going to want to, patronize your business. When you're on a job, you may get the opportunity to advance. So no matter what and where you are in life, man, try to elevate and try to make have less excuses as possible. Try not to have any excuses. Now, in this social thing, right? Just socialize. Anytime you interact with people, that's social. Be respectful. Give people the benefit of the doubt. It said metal, yellow, first red. Leah, thanks for sharing that. Explain that to me though. So make sure that we handling our business and we leveling up, right? Socially, man. Just be respectful. When you encounter with people, the encounters that they have with you, it's going to be cordial. It's going to be respectful. Let's not be out here being a clown. Now it's going to bring me to us being on social media, right? You got people on social media for different reasons. Some people just go like they're on YouTube and all they do is just watch other people's content. That's cool too. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's what keep the YouTube universe moving. People who watch it, and then you got content creators. So if you're a content creator, right? Think about this. It may be time for you to step your game up. It may be time for you to level up. And you may ask, well, how do I level up? How do I step my game up? Be more serious about your content. Be more real about your content. I heard somebody say everything is content. You don't have to be running out looking for a fight. Oh, there's a fight. Let's record the fight, right? Because fights do get a lot of views. That's not the content that I try to create. When I create content, I'm hoping that it will help somebody else, right? Encourage somebody else. That's part of me leveling up. That's the kind of content that I want to do. I don't knock what anybody else do, but even on social media, man, make sure you leveling up. First of all, you being a grown man, you being a grown woman. And if you're creating content, you putting content out to help somebody else. Whatever content, even if you're doing the fights. Though I don't agree with the fights things, you know, it kind of make us look bad and make people look bad. But my words is to level up on social media, man. I think these are the steps that I think will be beneficial, right? One is make a plan. When do you want to post, right? What's the best time for you to come on? Dr. J said, hello, Mark and chat. We thank you, Dr. J. Thanks for stopping by. She says, happy Saturday to everyone. We thank you, Dr. J, for your support. If anybody don't know, Dr. J is a content creator. Make sure you make it over to her channel and show her support. She's also an educator. So make sure you go over there and get some of that knowledge and wisdom that she's sharing. Thank you, Dr. J, for stopping by. Got Ultra Fly stepped in. Spearmint said, hey, Dr. J, hey, Mark, Aaliyah, happy Saturday. Today I'm talking about leveling up, man. Whatever we're doing, I think we need to level up. And I put it in like 3 categories. In our personal life, we're responsible for leveling up. In our business or work, whatever it is, we're responsible for leveling up. And also in our social area, it's important for us to level up. And that social area also includes being on social media and the information we put out, the energy we put out. That's very important that we level up. Ultrafly said, happy Saturday, man. Yeah, happy Saturday. Thank for to have you here. You know, there's a lot going on in our society, as we all know, and sometimes that stuff can bog you down. My words to everybody out there is to level up. Because no matter who's in office, no matter who's running the country, no matter what is happening around us, we're going to be responsible when it's all said and done. We're going to be responsible to level up. We are going to be the ones responsible to pay the bill. It's going to be on us. So I thought it was important to come out here and tell people or encourage people to level up in your personal life. Get to know your weaknesses and your strengths, right? Know what gets you angry, right? What makes you happy, what makes you sad. And then once you know these things, you're better able to control these things. Somewhere in the scripture, I think it might have been Ecclesiastes, it say, better is a man that can control himself than a man who runs a city. And you know, somebody who runs a city got a lot of responsibilities. And they was trying to make the correlation with us as human beings, man, woman, or whoever. It takes a lot. We know it's a lot to control ourselves. Sometimes people can hit us, tickle us, and make us happy, sad, or whatever. But it's up to us, right, to manage that. It's up to us to manage how we feel and how we're going to move for the day. And when I was talking about the business, I also said that Your business can also be your job, right? Some people have their own business. Some people work at a 9 to 5. Either or, you got to level up on your job, right? Present to them and to the world the best version of you. Don't get on the job and be lazy. I'm tired, and you know how we act sometimes. But I just want to say, man, when we get on these jobs, we are still responsible to level up. It's up to us to level up. Make sure we on our A game. Make sure we on our A game. And then, like far as the social aspect of it, any interactions you have with people, right, is social. And when I thought about it, even driving a car or in the car, you at the stop sign, somebody else at the stop sign, you wave, they can go, or they wave, you can go. They flash the lights. There's a lot of communication, even in the cars, on these roads. Make sure you be cordial and be respectful. Sometimes we get out of control. We lead to road rage. So even in those instances, make sure that we able to manage ourselves. Ultra Fly said, I'm gonna give you a happy Saturday thumbs up, bro, and hope your day is good all day, and stay positive, my man. Ultra Fly, I appreciate those encouraging words, and that's part of being social. Even in this chat, some of the positive, messages, that's being social, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, Ultra Fly, everybody else who gave encouraging words. Now I want to talk to my people who take the social thing a step further. They on social media. I said that some people on social media, all they do is browse and look at other people's content. That's a good thing because we need those kind of people. They may never make content. Then you got other people who just make content here and there, right? That's good. We need those people as well. And then you got some people that make it every day or every other day. My thing is, as far as leveling up on social media, decide what's your goal for being on social media. What is your goal for even being on there? If you just browse and you want some good content creators to connect with, make sure you do that. If you're creating content here and there, go ahead and do that because your words, even though it's here and there, may help somebody else. And if you're somebody that want to do it regularly or even make a career out of it, because there are some people making good money on social media. So in leveling up on that level, come up with a plan. When do you want to release? Come up with a strategy. Check your analytics, see what's working best for you. Okay, I'm gonna drop a video on this day. I'm gonna drop an inspiration on that day and be more effective. If you're gonna do it, go ahead and do it and make the best of it. Level up. As I was saying, we leveling up. And that's what it's about. No matter what you do, make sure you level up. And if you can benefit from this, go ahead and benefit. There's no crime or harm. As long as you're not deceiving people, right? As long as you trying your very best to give information, you just not clickbaiting, you really offering real information, go for that. That you better believe it. Caught the cheese said the cheese taxes are due. Taxes are due and bills had to be paid. So I'm saying as we elevate and we leveling up as a person, as our business, on our job, we're going to eventually elevate our life. If we continue to work, but some of us don't want to work because we don't see it happen overnight. Some of us are going to give up quick. Caught the cheese said the cheese tax are due. Yeah, bills are due. So make sure as we leveling up, make the best out of this. But don't lose sight in who you are. So my goal is not to lose sight in who I am. Because I can't see myself getting on here dancing. Not saying nothing wrong with dancing. I try to dance, but I'm not going to be a clown and dance, with a colorful wig and a red nose on just for clicks. So in all we do, make sure that we're not selling ourselves. We're being true to ourselves. And in the midst of all that, we may reach out and touch or encourage, motivate, or help somebody else. It said you would be sacrificed to the cheese if you don't pay the cheese tax. Okay, he got a little humor. Thank you for sharing that, man. But we serious on this. The topic today is about leveling up no matter what you do, man. Level up. As I said, some people just go from channel to channel, speak some stuff. Some people are identified as trolls. They just want to say anything. But you know, everybody has a purpose. Figure out what your purpose is. Figure out what your purpose is and level up in that purpose. Try to be the best in that lane, because the better you are in that lane, the more people you will most likely be able to help. I was having it was a discussion with somebody, and they were saying whether somebody should pay for views. Now, me, I don't knock what anybody do, right? I try not to knock what anybody else does, but to pay for views to me does not make sense. It makes sense temporarily. You can look and appear like you're doing good, and people are like, oh, he got a lot of views. My thing, I would prefer more to have organic views, organic interactions, real stuff, because anybody can pay for views. So in my plight to level up, my goal is to work hard, to give as much as I can give, on through videos, through these live streams, through shorts, and hopefully that will pay off. That's my goal. I hope that y'all have found value. Excuse me. I hope that y'all have found value, man, in the information that I brought today. Is about leveling up. Hope that that this information has sparked or will spark, information in you that you would be thinking about. How can you level up? My thing is, like I said, for me to level up, first of all, my person, right? As an individual in my personal life, take control of my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions. That way I can be a better man, because the more I know about me, the better I'm able to respond to some good stuff, respond to negativity, the better I will be able to respond. So in my personal life, I'm leveling up on that level. I want to be a better, man, better human being, and take control of me. So I won't be the one that's saying, he made me mad or she made me mad. We shouldn't give power to nobody like that. I'm going to repeat it again, even on the business level. If we, whether it's our personal business or whether it's on the job, all that falls under your business, right? Do some of the simplest stuff. Be courteous on the job. Try to be on time, if not early, on your job. Do the same thing for your business. Be courteous to your customers. Be respectful to your customers. Be on time. If your business say you open at 8 a.m., make sure you're there no later than 8. Try to be there at 7:45 so you can get there and get established, open everything, get the computers on, and get everything up and running before the customers come in. So those are just some of the simple things that we can do to level up and make sure, even socially, man, when you interact with anybody, I don't care if they're rich, poor, minority, or whatever they are, man, make sure you be respectful, right? In your social life, try not to look down on nobody. Thank you, Dr. J. Dr. J said, great advice, Mark. I appreciate that, Dr. J. But, make sure that in our social life, as I said, that we being the best we can be. Who is that? We got somebody just came in. A Jen's Design says hello. Hello to you. Welcome to the live. I thank you for coming through. I hope that you will find value. Today's topic is about leveling up. What can you do? And I want you to think about this, whoever. they said, finally, alive. That's not weird. I want you to just think about what you can do in your personal life to level up, right? Because they say we're supposed to learn something each day, something new, or something valuable, and that's what is about. And what I think is, when dealing with social, like dealing with other people, whether you come on somebody's chat or whatever you're doing, that you be respectful. I think that should be automatic, right? Some people do hold the door for people. Some people gonna let that door slam in your face. Not saying that anybody has to open the door for you or hold the door for you, for that matter. But if I'm going through a door and I see a lady carrying babies, an elderly person, sometimes I've letting young people go. Y'all go ahead. It's just being courteous. I'm not saying just go around and serving people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying be the best person that you can be. Uh, this individual said, I would be nice as you deserve it. Your live is very common and not weird. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, I didn't plan it in advance, but when I decided today that I wanted to go live, it came to me to talk about leveling up. Um, when I say leveling up, I'm not even talking about money, because some people think leveling up is making more money, which it is. And making more money is a good thing because you're able to pay your bills, you're able to help your family out. But when I say leveling up, I'm talking about you, man, the real you, um, being a real person, treating people fair, not thinking about getting over, you know, how people always, how they got scams and people try to encourage you, invest in this, we're going to guarantee you money. But all the time in their heart is deceit, because all they want to do is take your money. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about leveling up to the point where you're on the up and up, right? You're not thinking of a plan to take something or scam somebody out of something. You actually thinking of a plan, man. Okay, how can I make the best of this day? How can I treat people right? So that's what I do, man. And a lot of times, some of that, it said, what happens on these lives? Yeah, these lives are serious. And it said, I never really go on them. But I thank you for coming on this live, man. And I do hope you find value. As I say, man, it's kind of hot where I'm at. So make sure you uh, keep some fluids in your body. My go-to is that H2O. You can drink what you want. I drink that H2O. It said, yes, making the best of the day is important. It's important because we don't know when it's our last day, right? So just try to make peace with yourself, make peace with the day, and peace with others. So make sure your personal life, you on your A game, or at least B or C, right? And working towards being on your A game. And on your job, I know jobs can be frustrating. They overwork you and underpay you and all that good stuff, but still continue to try to be the best person you can be, even on a job, especially when you got your own business. Because I've seen some businesses, you go into the place, it's their business, and they give you, I don't know if they realize they're looking at you that way, but sometimes they looking at like, would you hurry up and order? Listen, treat your customers fair. Make sure you got your attitude and your mind right when you at your business. If that's your business, man, you better work hard as if you was on a job, because you can lose them customers. And then what? Oh, thank you. They said, I subscribe, said drinking water is healthy. So there's no problem having it, and no fizzy drinks. Yeah. But them fizzies got that good taste. So every now and then, people like, water don't taste good. So some people don't want to drink water because they looking for a taste first. But water can be all right. But every now and then people do want that fizz. But thank you for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate that. Also, if you haven't done it, make sure you like this video, share it with a friend if you can. I got a lot of good content on my channel. I say it's good because I'm just speaking from the heart about certain issues. And I'm not, even if you don't agree with me, cool, you can still subscribe to the channel. We can agree to disagree. My goal is, man, to help people, as many people as I can. That's my goal, is to help as many people as I can, right? And we're not gonna always agree on everything. That's not real. We're not going to always agree on everything. A husband and wife is not going to always agree. Brothers and sisters don't always agree. People don't always agree. But that don't mean we got to go at each other's throat or nothing like that, right? My thing today, man, all I'm thinking about is leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, being a better version of me, continue to grow. And yeah, I'm going to make mistakes, but then once I make mistakes, I need to get up, dust myself off, and figure out how can I make improvements in my life. You need to do the same thing. When you make mistakes, it's not the end of the world. Get up, dust yourself off, and figure out how you can be a better person, or how you can not make that mistake, or how you can make a better decision on the next go around dealing with whatever you just made a mistake on. But like I said, it's a question they asked, should everyone follow their dreams? To me, now this is Mark B's perspective, so I'm gonna give you my perspective on that topic. I would say, to answer that question, should everyone follow their dreams? The answer to that question would be yes. Let me throw in some exceptions, right? Because all kind of stuff happening in the world. I don't want nobody to do something crazy and say, that was my dream, and Mark B's perspective said follow it. If your dream is not harming anyone, I'm gonna throw that out. If your dream is not harming anyone, right? And it's a dream to sing, dance, whatever your dream may be, long as it's not harming anyone else, right? Because some people may have a dream of harming somebody. If your dream is to harm somebody else, don't follow that dream. Go get some help, talk to somebody. That's something ain't right about that, right? But if your dream is not to harm anyone else, I say pursue that dream. Pursue the dream that you have. I'm a design student. Is that weird to you? No, that's not weird. There's so many different things, and we need all kind of people. Design, you can take that so many different places. You can design clothes. It's people that make tattoos. It's so much stuff you can do with that. Career. So I encourage you, pursue your dreams. But you need to really identify what you want to do in life, and then go with that, right? And you may get some bumps and make some mistakes on the way, but clearly identify what you want to do. Do you want to design clothes, right? Dr. J said, absolutely not weird. We need designers. Yes, we do. And then in certain, she said, graphic design. I'm a design student in London. Congratulations, first of all, on even, pursuing your career. First step, getting education. Congratulations on that. Now just go ahead. The sky is the limit. It's about leveling up. So just continue to level up. And man, the sky gonna be the limit. We're gonna be seeing you on TV doing some stuff, or you're gonna be designing for some famous people, or just living your dream out. I encourage you to continue on, continue on, continue on. Yes, we should all pursue our dreams. But as I said in the beginning, long as your dream is not to hurt anybody else, I say go forward. Dr. J said, welcome back, everyone, to Mark B's perspective. Yes, we appreciate you. We thank you. And as I say, man, I always hope y'all find value in anything that I do. That's my goal, that y'all would find value in the information that's being dispensed here. Because like I say, I have to identify why am I coming? What's the purpose? And the purpose is to get out the information, like what's in me. I don't want it to die with me. Whatever information, good advice, or ideas, I want to be able to get that out of me to other people. Because one day they're going to call my number and they're going to be like, Miss Mark B's perspective, come on now, it's your time to go. And I might be like, oh, I don't want to go yet. I got stuff to do. But you know, once your number is called, it's over with. Ain't no negotiation. Once your number is really called, it's probably ain't no negotiations. And so what do you think is the main thing in the world that needs changing? That's a great question. They ask, what do you think is the main thing in the world that needs changing? When I think about, answering that question, that is a hard question. But what I will say is ourselves. That's all you can change is yourself. So when you say change, what do you think? And we want to change this big thing here or big thing there. And Dr. J hit the nail on the head. Dr. J said crime rates, right? So my thing is, in changing me, I don't want to be contributing to the crime rate. So Dr. J saying crime rate. My thing is change ourselves. I'm not going to be contributing to that crime rate because I'm not going to be doing crime. So it said, do you think the world would be better if everyone stopped changing norms and expect things from people? You're coming with some hard questions, right? Dr. J said we need to teach our young folks to love each other again and value life. I'm going to repeat that. Dr. J says we need to teach our young folks to love each other again and value life. Thank you, Dr. J, because that's what it's about. That's one of the main ingredients is love when you break it down to it. Not to even talk religious or none of that, right? But the main ingredient is love, right? Because hate, it seemed like hate, and I understand, is Ann Jens was saying, what do we need to change? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. But, hate, people hate this group of people. They don't like Latinos. They don't like Black people. They don't like the LGBTQ community, right? But as I was speaking about leveling up, that's what I'm saying as individuals, man. We got to get over that hate and start to love more. But thank you, Dr. J, for breaking that down. It said people always spend time online more than spending time with peers or each other's. Yeah, and that's kind of this generation. There was a time, man, before the online and all that good stuff, people was out. People really got to know each other, and they didn't have to put up a front. We used to race in the street, so people knew that person was fast. Now you don't even know their gifts because anybody can get online and say, I'm this, that, and the third. So yeah, it's some benefits and it's some, because even before the phones, people still connected. They gave their word. I'm gonna meet you here. I'm gonna meet you at such and such park. And you ain't had no cell phone to say, are you on your way? Once you said it, I'm gonna meet you at the park. We had to rely. I'm gonna meet you at the park tomorrow. We would just go to the park and meet them there. But now we get to, you on your way? We on a cell phone. So it's a lot different now. Do you think people treat women better or worse in 2025? Or does women change their ways and make themselves look a certain way? Good question. There's no one answer. There's no one answer to answer those questions, right? Because there are some good women that all they do is just be upright and, hold themselves respectful. and sometimes they still get disrespected. Then you got some women they do whatever and they feel like that's what it is, and we can always treat each other better, especially women. So the first part of that question, yeah, we can do a better job of treating women better. It's some good women. There's all kind of women, just like it's good men and some bad men. But we have to treat each other as a whole. We got to treat each other better, right? But like you said, when you spoke about social media, there's even commercials and even like, how they portray women, how they portray men, trying to sell sex. There's a lot of stuff into that. But to answer the best way to answer that question is people do need to treat women better. They need to treat men better. We need to treat children better. So yeah, we need to treat people better, right? And it's all kind of women. This is some I'm not going to use the word good woman or bad woman, but it's some women that carry themselves a certain type of way, and then there's other women who might anything goes. So, but overall, yeah, we need to treat each other better, especially our women. So thank you for asking that question. Thank you. Thank you. Got that good water. I got that good water. So that's my thing is like we have a responsibility to ourselves, not even to nobody else, to be the best person we can be and to treat people right. You know, it's easy to mistreat somebody. It's easy to gang up or kick somebody when they down even. That's easy to do. Women always want validation, and then society and people think all women are like that. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we got to block out the noise. There's a lot of noise and a lot of images coming in, even online on social media. So we just got to be careful with the images and the information that we send out. I want to thank you, man. I'm trying to pronounce it. Angen's Designs. Have you started making anything yet? Have you made? I know you said you're in class for that. Have you made anything yet? Have you made anything? That's another good question. And the question is, I'm on holiday at the moment and done projects so far. Okay, congratulations. But you asked me another question. In your question, you said, do you think parents should not differentiate upbringing based on gender? That's a good question. Um, it would be kind of hard to say that they should not, because human parents, mothers are going to treat their sons a little bit different, as and vice versa. They're going to treat their daughters a little different than how they treat uh, the sons and the daughters. I'm gonna give you one example. One example is I remember we was real young. My mom used to teach us, how to wash dishes. She taught us how to cook. It was 5 of us, so we would cook each day, and we would wash. We had different days to wash dishes, and while we would cook, while we were cook or learn how to cook, my mom had 2 jobs, so she had to rely on us to kind of make sure we fed, and she taught us all the necessary teachings. Don't let nobody in. We knew we had to be in the house. We couldn't be running the streets. Um, so we couldn't let nobody in. So she gave us those instructions. But one thing I remember is certain days, the boys, me and my brother had to wash the dishes, and certain days the girls were responsible. And I remember one time, I can't remember the age. I know I was still a young teenager. She told us we didn't have to wash the dishes anymore. I was so happy me and my brother didn't have to wash dishes. And I think that was part of the, female responsibility versus men's responsibility. So She got us, we didn't have to wash dishes. I was so happy because that's another chore we ain't have to do. So I'm kind of, that's going with the question you said, will they treat them, should they treat them different? They're going to be a difference, right? Because the young boys are growing into men. The young girls are growing into women. So there's going to be a difference in the teachings. So I think there's always going to be a difference in the teachings. She said, I meant like making girls wear princess clothing and expecting them to think a prince would save them. Yeah. Uh, I don't think that even that part, don't, you might not have to go as far as wearing a princess dress or anything and expecting uh, a prince to come save you. But even without saying that, as most parents raise their daughters, they're raising them to find a husband. Even though if that's said or never said, they are raising the girls to find a husband, just like they're raising a guy, a boy, to find a wife one day. So I don't think that will ever change. You even without putting on a princess dress and saying, "Go find your prince" or whatever. Um, there will even be movies. We're gonna continue to have princess movies with the frog, and you kiss the frog, and he's gonna become a prince. That's still the same thing. So that will continue to be. My dad never raised me like that. I think parents allowing their kids to explore, make them able to choose careers and hobbies. Yeah, there's a balance and be more independent. There's a balance, right? Because you want independence. But as a parent, you're responsible for guiding, directing up to a certain age. And then even after that, you will still be responsible for guiding and directing your children, right? Or they should be able to, it should be open to where they're able to come ask you questions. That's a part of being a parent. So, and the parent will, in most cases, in the majority of the cases, be more smarter and more wiser than the child. Not saying more educated, there's a difference, but parents will be more wiser. So why not use that information, that insight? So whether the parent give it freely or you seek it from the parent is going to be necessary. And we thank you for sharing that and for all the questions that you had. I hope I was able to answer or give insight on some of the questions that you asked. I hope I was able to answer some of the questions or at least give some insight to some of the questions that you asked. So I want to thank y'all, man. I'm not going to hold y'all much longer. Any thoughts, questions, or comments before I wrap this up? Any thoughts, questions, or comments before I wrap this live up? And right now, what I'm doing, I'm setting up a schedule. I'm trying to think. I think I will be on Saturday mornings, but I'm going with 1 week or 2 weeks of live a week. So I think Saturday will work well for me. And then I just got to see which day out of the week. I think as children, parents shouldn't say things like to boys to be tough and to girls be able to cry and be emotional. That's a common thing I see. Girls are meant to be emotional and boys aren't. Nice meeting you, dude. Nice to have a normal life. Thank you. Yeah, and I understand exactly what you saying about that. We shouldn't make them choose, but just give them as much information as possible. Support them, love them. As Dr. J was speaking about love your children and let them, make decisions. Thank you. And it's nice meeting you. I appreciate you. We send love to London. We send love and shout out way to London. We appreciate that. You said, nice meeting you, dude. Any advice to self-doubt, thinking you won't go anywhere in life before you even start? or any advice for self-doubt, yeah, don't give up. You are special, right? And we need to understand, right, that we are special. We were created. There's like, as we are today, there's no other you ever out of billions and trillions of people during since the existence of life. There's never been you. So when you say doubt, listen, man, you unique. Money can't even buy you. Money cannot replace you. So, first of all, I encourage you, whatever you're going through, man, continue to stand strong. Not just you. This is for anybody who may be going through something. Continue to stand strong. Don't give up. Understand that you are unique. Whatever you bring to the table, can't nobody bring it to the table exactly how you bring it to the table. They say it's like society makes women appear as they should raise kids as adults and stuff, but I want to have a career, but I have no motivation to even do anything. I'm 20. Yeah, you're young, you got a whole life ahead of you, right? So career may not be in the first forefront, but continue with the schooling, get the information, but live your life. Live your life. And as you grow and continue to mature and continue to learn, you'll be able to make better decisions, and you'll choose. You're going to choose what's best for you. Wishing you success in your design career, if that's what you pursue. Said, thank you, dude. Are you having any more lives? Yeah, I will be here next Saturday. I'm thinking of doing one during the week and one on the weekend, but I'll let you know. Hit the notification bell to make sure that you know anytime that I make a video. Go through my channel and see what I got. I got several other lives. I got several videos. You can go through my catalog and see what I got, and hopefully you'll find some helpful stuff. Any video you think that's helpful to you, go click on that and just go from there. But I think you have been very active today. You asked a lot of questions, and my final words to you, and this is for everybody, not just you, but pursue your dream. Pursue your dream. Get as much information to complete or accomplish that dream. Pursue your dream. And as you learn more, you'll get more confidence and you'll be the best person. No, this is not the main content. I talk about politics. I talk about all kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying. Go through my channel. If you don't mind, go through my channel and check out all kind of stuff. But, I'm trying to be complete. I'm trying to just not be one dimensional. So yeah, I got a lot of different information. Go through my site after this live, go through it, check out my content, and see if this is the information you'll be interested in. But they said I really need it. Nice to have someone older giving me advice. All right, thank you. But I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate everybody who stopped through this live. The original topic was level up. Make sure you're leveling up in your personal life, in your business, in your social life, and that includes on social media. They said multimedia question. Okay, that'll work, all that. But listen, I've been on here long enough. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Continue to level up in life. Make sure you level up in everything you do, in every part of your life. Level up. And success has no choice but to follow after that. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, man, y'all be safe out there. And remember to level up. Peace.